keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations of guests to hear about our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with all of you here today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's Hula. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high flying and powerful.
We're about to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team is what makes them the ocean's top predator. Scientifically known as Orcas orca and commonly called killer whales. Here at SeaWorld, we refer to them as Katina, Malia, Nalani, and Makayo, our killer whale family. Makayo is our youngest whale. He's 12 years old. And our oldest is Makayo's mother, Katina, who turns 47 years old this year. Katina is also the matriarch or leader of our pod. SeaWorld's animal training techniques create a language between us and the whales. It's a language of learning through positive reinforcement, encouragement, commitment, and care. Through these techniques and our relationships, the whales learn to trust us. They even take an active role in their very own health and well-being. Now, the behaviors that you see out here, some of those aerial behaviors, those are exercise behaviors, and it's just one of the types of training sessions that we can do with our whales. There's actually many different kinds of training sessions that we can do with them. And one of those that's very important to them and to us are healthcare or husbandry sessions. So some of those healthcare behaviors we need to train to make the whales very, very comfortable. It's very important that they're comfortable while they're getting a blood sample, while they're getting ultrasounded, while they're giving a urine sample. And what some of those behaviors look like is our whales coming to the side of the pool, so just like this. And with the blood sample behavior, our whales will learn to roll ventral or upside down, and they'll present the trainer with their tail. Now there's a really thick vein that runs on the white underside of those tail flukes, and that's exactly where our veterinarian is able to collect that blood sample from. Now during our demonstration today, you might see some of our trainers rubbing or massaging on the whales. Now that's called a relationship session. So we're just building our relationships with the whales, and it's a way that we can reinforce our whales. So while you look around the pool and you may see us feeding fish, that is one way to reinforce our whales. But another way is by giving them a rub down. So you'll notice if the whales are really into a relationship session where they're getting rubbed down, they might lean into us, you might see that. And we can also ask them the question of where they would like to be rubbed down. So we give them a hand signal just like this, and they might give us a pectoral flipper, their dorsal fin, their back, anywhere that they want to be rubbed down. And it's different for every whale. Nalani specifically loves her tail to be rubbed, so that's something that we take note of. Every whale likes something different in a different moment, and we have to know what that is to train using positive reinforcement. So when we're trying to get certain behaviors, we draw attention to those behaviors when they do them. And then if they do give us something else, if they want to do a different behavior, if they want to go talk to each other, or they might try something that they think is fun, we'll just give them a minute to think about it, and then we might try that behavior again. We might totally move on to another behavior, or we might give them some time to take a break and communicate with each other. So killer whales are extremely social animals. Being social with one another is very, very important to them. So while you may be able to hear them at the surface of the water communicating through a series of clicks, squeaks, whistles, they are communicating underneath the water as well. Now we can't hear that, but we can watch them communicating. So we can tell a lot lot from their body language. So what's going on right now is that our whales decided that they needed a moment to communicate with each other. Now, us as trainers, what we're gonna do in this moment is give them a little break and let them talk it out, because that's gonna maintain our relationships with the whales. So to maintain our relationships, we put a lot of trust in them, they put a lot of trust in us, and we need to give them breaks sometimes. So that's part of that positive reinforcement training. Now we have Malia up here with Justin, and you heard him blow that whistle. So the whistle means good job, you did the behavior correctly, and you're gonna get some kind of reinforcement for that behavior. So you'll hear that with a series of the behaviors that we do, and we ask for those behaviors using hand signals. So they hear a higher register than we do. So they don't necessarily hear everything that we're saying. It's much easier to communicate with our hands. So a bunch of those hand signals are sign language. Now the whistle is very high pitched, and that's so that they're able to hear it. Even with all of you guys in the audience and the music and everything, they have excellent hearing and excellent sight. So they can see all of you guys up there. They can see what you're wearing, what you're carrying, and that's all very interesting to them as well. So that can be reinforcing too. This demonstration out front can be reinforcing, so there's lots of different things that we can choose to reinforce these guys. Now Malia's doing a great job over here. Katina and Nalani are in the pool right to the right-hand side, so they actually have 2 different pools open right now. There's 7 different pools in our area, and there's 13 different doors in between those pools. So we can make a lot of different pool combinations for our whales, and we'll ask them into different pools throughout the day, and then it's their choice if they would like to come into that pool or if they would like to stay in the other pool. So even though this is a demonstration, I'm just gonna get a quick update. Okay, so we're gonna go on with our audience participation portion with Malia down here. Thank you all for your patience. Let's have some fun. Woo! So killer whales learn a lot by playing. They also learn through observational learning and mimicry. From the moment they're born, killer whales learn necessary life skills by playing follow the leader with their mothers and other whales. You all are going to get to play the game of killer whale follow the leader with Malia and all of you. Okay, so everybody stand up. Now we're joined by my friend Abel down here. He's gonna be the leader. So on the count of 3, we're all gonna spin in a circle, hands by your side. Everybody follow Abel. 1, 2, 3, spin. And she's got it! That was amazing! Great job, everyone! Abel, great job! You all can have a seat. So you'll notice that Malia was paying very close attention here. Killer whales are very curious animals and can often be seen spy hopping or jumping completely out of the water to get a better look at their surroundings. Now Malia's about to demonstrate this behavior with a bow on stage. So let's give her a big round of applause when she comes out of the water. Stand up for me. We're gonna wait for Malia to come all the way over here, but I'm gonna teach you a behavior called a breach. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 2 pointer fingers out in front of us like this, and when we're ready, we're gonna throw them over our left shoulder. Yeah, just like that. Okay, Justin's on his way with Malia. We're almost ready. Here she comes. Malia's 16 years old, by the way. She just had her birthday. Yeah. Okay, guys, you ready? 3, 2, 1. So killer whales breach for a number of reasons. Whether to surprise their prey, to scratch an itch, or just to show off. It's their way of saying that they have arrived. Now here comes Malia from down at 36 feet. All right. Let's give it up for our audience volunteers and our killer whales. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many mysteries surrounding these amazing animals. For example, the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain in the wild. Some information, however, can only be gained through field research. That's why SeaWorld partners with groups like NOAA and the Norwegian Orca Survey to Now, killer whales are powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power can be seen when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal can be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will teach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves when they hunt, and they use their tail fins to stun their prey. You're about to see a demonstration. For our whales, it's a high-energy activity session. But for all of you, it means it's time to get wet.
Here at SeaWorld.
We do have another presentation at 3:30. We hope to see you all there. Have a great day, everyone.
One fish show.